Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about 4 things that you should be carrying if you're hunting. The first thing you should be carrying is a compass. Before you go into the woods, you should have a reference point. Today we're going to use this road. So you're going to hold your compass out. You can see, if it focuses, that's north. So that's going to be pretty close to east. It's going to be pretty close to west. So if you walk into the woods to your north, you're going to turn around keeping the true north pointing behind you because that's the way you came in. You're going to follow the white north, which would actually be taking you south out, and that will eventually bring you back to your east-west road. If you're in the woods and you didn't get a reference point, that's fine. Still, it'll help. You just put it down. If you have an idea of where you need to be, so say you want to go north, just turn to the north and get walking. At least that way you're not walking around in circles, wasting valuable time trying to get out. So the second thing we're going to cover that you should be carrying is an emergency blanket. If you're lost out in the woods, the last thing you're going to want to be is cold, or spend the night out in the freezing cold, or even if the temperature just drops 10-15 degrees. If it's dark and the temperature drops, you're going to feel cold. Just simply wrap yourself up in an emergency blanket and it'll help hold in the heat, keeping you warm. To maximize the efficiency of your emergency blanket, find yourself a good sized tree if you can. Put the wind to your back. Cover yourself up. The more air room you have in here, the warmer you should be, because it'll just take the heat from your body and hold it in here. You do have to be careful because this will trap the moisture in the blanket, and you have to be careful with hypothermia because your body will start getting wet, and then with the temperature dropping, it's a possibility that you can get hypothermia from it. So this is a good and a bad at the same time. Number 3 on the list is a magnesium fire starter. You should be carrying a magnesium fire starter because where a lighter is great, if it gets wet or cracked or all the other things that can happen to it, they can fail. Matches, again, great. If they get wet or break, you're screwed. Magnesium fire stick, you're not breaking it. If you do lose the little shaver piece for it, you should have a knife on you. So you can just scrape some off, and then you use the little fire strip on the side and just start your fire. Last but not least, the tourniquet. You never know what's going to happen out here. You might be the perfect hunter, but, well, things happen. Somebody might shoot from a mile away and you might get hit. You might fall out of your tree stand. You just never know. Tourniquets, the way to go. Now, you have something on your leg, you're probably going to need 2 tourniquets. You might want to consider a belt that's not leather, or if it is leather, you have some extra holes way down close just in case. But I would suggest something that's like one of them slip ones where you just pull it tight, because you can just pull that thing tight. Worst comes worst, you have to tie it off, stick a stick in it, crank that sucker down. You got to think about your safety first. Even if it's you know, just small things. Just as simple as changing your belt out, or like, you're definitely going to want to carry a real tourniquet. I mean, your belt's just going to be a backup. If you want to build out more of a first aid kit, you know, maybe some, I don't know, maybe some gauze. I mean, your t-shirt will work for that. Some compression dressings. Again, your t-shirt and pants will work for that. So really, all you need is a good tourniquet. And for a bonus, I'm going to throw in a glow stick. Because, well, if you get stuck out here and people are looking for you, you might be wearing orange, but they'd have to put their flashlight on you to see you. Where if you have a glow stick, you can hang that sucker up in a tree, maybe, out in the open-ish. That way, you know, if they're walking out there somewhere, so eventually it should catch a little glimpse of it, and hopefully it'll bring them into you. But if you carry a little bit of a string with it, you can even make it better. You tie that string onto the end of the glow stick at night, break that sucker open, and then if you hear people, you can swing it around. That way it puts out a bigger area of sight that it can be seen, and then they have a better chance of seeing it if you can't move to them. Or maybe you can hear a helicopter, but I mean, you're sitting down on the trees, under the trees, so they're not going to see you. You stand a better chance with a big visible object moving. Alrighty, I hope you found that useful. I'm sure several of you have. If you want to see more stuff like this, or have suggestions or comments of what I could add or change to the 4 things, let me know down in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching.